Hello, I'm Owen Ralph from Greenwood Side, and in this video I want to talk about optimizing your YouTube channel. Now I'm sure that I don't need to sell the notion of online video to you. In this culture of streaming and social media and the bite-sized consumption of content, musicians really need to be engaging with online video as an essential tool to get your work out there. And there are some great videos on this channel explaining how to make really good videos, so I'm not going to go too much into that. Now YouTube is of course the undisputed emperor of online video, that's just the way it is at the moment. But in addition to being a method of kind of pushing your content out there, it can also be a really good way of developing a portfolio of your work and presented in a way that looks attractive, looks really professional, and can really introduce people to who you are as a musician. And that's whether you're creating shiny promo videos, live videos, videos filmed on your sofa at home. They can all kind of sit alongside each other in that portfolio. And the key to having an effective YouTube portfolio is, at the risk of sounding incredibly dull, organisation and presentation. Your channel page actually provides plenty of handy tools to organise this content and get the best out of it. So with that goal in mind, let's discuss a few ways that you can really optimize your channel. So to get started, go to your YouTube channel and click Customize Channel. The first thing to do is to pick an introductory video. Now this will be the first thing that people see when they arrive on your channel page. So what do you want that to be? Do you want it to be your latest single? Do you want it to be whatever the latest thing is you made? Do you want it to be an electronic press kit for your album? It's up to you. It depends on the context, the kind of the point in your career, etc., etc. The important thing is to choose something and to set it up there so that people have a really clear, effectively a trailer to what they're going to experience on your channel. You can actually assign two introductory videos, one for new visitors and one for returning visitors. So it might be that for new visitors, you don't necessarily want to put up the newest thing you've done, but the thing which best kind of represents who you are, the best introduction to what they're going to experience on your channel. And then for returning visitors, you might want to assume that they've seen some of the older stuff, so you prioritise one of the newer things that you've put up there. Secondly, make sure you add channel art, which is normally displayed as a banner. If you're looking on a phone or a desktop computer, it'll be there as the banner at the top. And this is just a matter of professionalism, really. If your channel does not have any channel art, then it's going to look a bit kind of scrappy, thrown together. Doesn't look professional. One thing to note when creating your channel art is that the cropping restrictions on the artwork is really odd and not at all what you would expect. Basically because you have to upload one image which will work for a banner at the top of a mobile screen, a banner at the top of the desktop screen, but also a full screen image on a TV, and that all has to be one and the same image. So I'll link to a template down below so you can see exactly what you need to create. But you've got to be a little bit creative with it, because if you just have a long, thin banner, then when you get the bigger images, it's going to look bad. So yeah, it might take a bit of work to find something which works, and a bit of fiddling around in Photoshop maybe, if that's a thing you do. But you've got to have something. Thirdly, create a custom URL for your channel. That's the thing that appears in the address bar at the top of the web browser. And again, this is a professionalism thing. If you just go with the default option, which will probably have some random ID number in it or something, it doesn't look great. It doesn't look like you've taken the time to really optimize your channel. So do set your own one up. There are a few eligibility requirements to do this, which have been introduced in the past few years. They're not too difficult to meet, and you're probably already there if you've already got a built-up YouTube channel. But you have to have 100 subscribers or more. Your channel has to be at least 30 days old. You have to have uploaded a photo icon for your channel, so that's your little profile picture, you need that. And you also have had to upload channel art, which we just talked about in a previous tip. If you've done all of those, that's fine. You can set your own custom URL. Next, curate your music videos into playlists. Now, this can be a really good way of kind of designing a shop front, I guess, and giving people an introduction to what you do up front when they arrive at your channel. So, for example, you might want to have a playlist of all of your promo videos. You might have one for live videos, for living room videos. Then alternatively, you might have a playlist of all the videos featuring songs from your latest album. You might have that towards the top, maybe. This is just a really good way of showing people what you do and pointing them in the right direction of what you want them to be watching at a given time. And it also just makes your channel look good. Next, make sure your videos nearly always have custom thumbnails. You don't have to do really fancy, over-the-top designed ones like a lot of vloggers do, but unless when you upload your YouTube video it comes up with an absolutely stunning auto-generated thumbnail, it's worth taking the time to pick your own. Now this might just be another frame from the video which YouTube didn't give you, but the important thing is to make sure that you have a thumbnail which both represents the content of the video but also just looks really attractive and is really going to draw people in. A good tip to always go with for these things is that faces are what draw people in to click on a YouTube video. So find, particularly if it's a multi-angle video, find a shot that kind of really shows your face clearly and shows you not pulling a stupid expression, basically. If it's a single camera shoot, then just find the shot which works best, basically. Another thing to do is to make sure that you add an end screen to your video. Now this is something you can do during the upload process, and there are a few different elements that you can add to your end screen. One I would definitely recommend is the option to subscribe. That normally comes in the form of a little circular button, and then you can either add maybe a link to a playlist or a specific video. What I might recommend is YouTube has an option to add the best video for the viewer. So that's an algorithmically chosen video which they think that the viewer is most likely to watch. Being in a digital marketing career, I'm big on algorithms. I think they often work better than our human recommendations can. So I would say go with that. But if you've got a specific place you want to point people towards, or for example, if it's a song from a particular album and you want them to point them to your album playlist or whatever, then use that. But just make sure you've got something in your end screen so that people have an immediate call to action once the video is finished. And lastly, make your descriptions count. Now by this, I don't mean write a really long thing about the background of the song and why it means so much to you. I mean the opposite. Make it 1 or 2 sentences long, be really short and snappy, and then give some links to where people can, particularly to where people can buy your music, but also your website and other social channels. Because particularly for people who are just discovering you for the first time, you want to catch them up front and tell them where to go and become a super fan, which is of course what they will want to do. As a final bonus tip, do make sure that your website links through to your YouTube channel. It's great to have a few videos embedded in there as well, but do link out to the channel as well for people who are used to the platform, who want to kind of engage with you that way, and most importantly, who can hit that subscribe button so they get notified when you put something new out there. If you have any questions, please do email me, and good luck.